Come on. Let's wake these people up. Let's wake these people up. Leaning close, smell of your perfume scares me most. Leading away, it feels farther every day. Your trouble to me, real trouble, can't you see? No rapping. Good boy. All right. Welcome to the AI Learning Lab. Be not afraid. Thank you for the roses. How are you today? Zero Zach Zippins, you are not late. You are right on time. You got to hear mostly dog singing, an occasional note from me, which, you know, I don't mind playing second fiddle to the pup in this case. Be not afraid. Thank you so much. It's very generous. Thank you, Karen. Oh, man. Good day, good people. What day is today? The days, they're all blurring together. I just saw a really cool post from one Cindy Kuhn, one of the irregulars and weirdos in the AI salon. And I mean weirdo in the kindest sense of the word, the only sense of the word. I'm not weird, I'm irregular. She just posted a report that talks about the rise of the weirdos, that attacking AI creatively is going to be one of the power centers in 2024. Well, I could have fucking told you that. They should have interviewed me for that report. I got a whole bucket of weirdos over here. Oh, man. Have we got irregulars for you? And it's so cool. It's such a cool community. I want to start out. If you're new here, welcome. My name's Kyle Shannon. This is the AI Learning Lab. We hang out here every night. Last night I had to cut things a little short. There was a little slight family drama. My wife was sick. My kids are sick. And my wife got just really fatigued and couldn't talk right. And we're like, holy shit. And so we gave her a home COVID test, and by jingus, she tested positive. And so we went to the emergency room and confirmed that, and she's on Paxlovid now, and she's been vaccinated but not boosted, but she's feeling better today. So it seems like yesterday was the worst of it. So it is possible I had it. I don't know, but on Tuesday when we had the salon, I had a headache all day. I don't get headaches all day. I'll usually get a dehydration headache in the morning, and it's gone by noon. And I started getting a headache at like 10 in the morning. And then by the time we had the salon at 5 o'clock, it was just fucking blasting. And so for most of the salon, I was like cross-eyed in pain. And then like the last 15 minutes of the salon, it just kind of dissipated and went away, which was weird. But it's possible because it was a weird headache. It's possible that was my symptom. But it's also possible that I didn't get it, and I might. So I'll keep you posted if I end up not being able to do these for a day or two. It's right around Christmas. It'll give us a break. But I am committed. One of the things that I think could be fun is to do we'll do like either a Christmas Eve or a Christmas Day, like we'll plan an escape from the relatives. so I'll just do like an hour, and you can just be like, hey, I gotta talk to my high school friend Sally. Just run into the back room and we can do a little something. Oh God, that's pretty funny. So anyway, so that's what happened last night. That's why I got cut short. So a little bit of drama. We're an immune compromised house, so COVID's no joke, but we're on it. We jumped on it. So anyway, all right. Enough comedy jokes. enough fucking reality setting in. Let's get back to being weirdos. Oh man, got to go for a walk with my cousins. Yeah, exactly, Barbara. Kyle, I had a headache too, but the sick part kicked in 3 to 4 days later. Yeah, that's kind of my fear, is that I got a ass kicking coming to me. But we'll see. I reached out to my doc, so I'm gonna sort of preemptively have her prescribe Paxlovid, because what the doc said is like, okay, well, if she's got it, chances are pretty good you've got it. If you start feeling not good, just go on the Paxlovid. Don't take a test. Just assume you have it. Go on the Paxlovid, and it doesn't hurt to take it and knock that shit out. So that's what we'll do. I'm also my hydration of choice is what's it called? Emergency vitamin C Kool-Aid. Can I just tell you this about emergency Kool-Aid? Emergency, the vitamin C shit. It's not Kool-Aid. Like, Kool-Aid's much better. But it's still sugar water. But what's that? Did you ever see the Two Bears, One Cave, the Bert Kreischer and Tom Segura, where Bert's drinking like a 64-ounce Kool-Aid? he's poured it in a cup, and Tom Segura goes, "What are you drinking?" And Bert goes, "Kool-Aid." And then Tom goes, "Hey, what?" He goes, "Kool-Aid? Seriously?" He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "What flavor?" Bert goes, "Red." The red flavor. Oh my God. Okay, honey ginger. Wait. Okay, Lunar Stick. Honey ginger turmeric lemon tea. Okay, I can either whip that up. I'm sure we've got some version of that here. All right, I'll do it. We'll get that immune system fired up. Kool-Aid with water. It was 64 ounces. I know it was this is a 32-ounce glass. It was like bigger than this. And he drinks it all day. He just drinks it like he's drinking water. And Tom Segura's like, "Do you know how much sugar's in there?" He couldn't breathe. He was laughing so hard. And then Bert suddenly realizes what an idiot he is. And he starts laughing. Oh my God. That show can be such a snore sometimes, but that was pretty fucking good. All right. Copious amounts of elderberry. All right. The ginger turmeric tea thing. Okay. We've got stuff here. Believe me, I've got 3 long haul Lyme patients in the house, so we know about the immune system. All right, Also garlic, but that gives major heartburn because I'm obviously a vampire. Yeah, you gotta be careful with that lunatic. You can't just be going on the garlic with teeth, with fangs like that. I think the writing was on the wall on that one. All right, I had a couple interesting things today. I've got some new AI stuff, some new AI. What are they? Features, some new AI, a new AI vision for my company, and I've built some stuff. I've got like a functional tool right now, and it's blowing people's fucking minds. You know what's funny? You know when you build stuff and the minute, well, I don't know if you experience this. This might be an ADD thing. I bet this is an ADD thing. I've got this thing where I'll get really excited about something. I'm like, ooh, I got an idea. I know how to solve this major ass problem. And then I go into my hyper-focus tunnel and I build some shit. And then the minute it's built, I'm like, well, yeah, that's obvious. Like, everyone could have done that. Like, I immediately dismiss the novelty of it because it's built. It's done. Like, the endorphins are gone. The adrenaline's gone. And now I got this thing. And I'm like, yeah, that thing I made. Yeah, it's whatever. And I'm not quite like that with this. Like, it's still kind of blowing my mind that it does what it does. But it's fucking melting people's faces. They're looking at this thing going, this changes everything. Do you know what you could do with this? So I'm getting those kind of reactions. And I've, like, Storyvine, I generally get really positive reactions. And it's one of the, what's been one of the challenges of the business is it took us a while to figure out the difference between the false positives and people willing to write a check, because everyone got excited about it, but it was only 20% of them that would actually do business with you, and like separating those, that took us a while to crack that nut. This is people are losing their minds a little bit. I haven't shown it to that many people, but I'll show you a little bit of it. But yeah, so anyway, this article, I love that image. So this is from Cindy Kuhn from Applied Futures Lab. Hey friends, I just wanted to share the global trends for 2024 are out for every industry, and I'm making my way through them. There are hundreds of these reports. A funny standout in this group. I thought this group would enjoy is, oops, this is too brat. Hold please. There you go. A standout in this group, I thought this group would enjoy is how many reports use language like the misfits lead the way to the creative future. Lots of nods to misfits dominating. It's our time, the rise of the weirdos. So I naturally had to make an image for the Irregulars. Isn't that awesome? And we've got in our little image library, somewhere way back here. This was ages ago. Wow, so long ago. When was this? August 31st, this image was created. So the Irregulars. Someone said something, or I said something about people being weird in here. And it was probably Emilio's wife or someone said, "We're not weird, we're irregular." I was like, fucking yes. So anyway, so that's our t-shirts. I got to get this t-shirt made. This definitely needs to be a t-shirt because it's also janky weird. It's like his toes are janky. There's just something off about the typography. Like it all sort of, like, if you squint weird, you're like, yeah, that makes sense visually. So anyway, I just thought that was really cool. Where I just showed that, so this site that I'm looking at this stuff on is the AI Salon. So let me tell you a little bit about the AI Salon. Oh, that's my presentation. I can show you some of that cool shit in there. The AI Salon is a group of weirdos. This is a group of AI adventurers, so people that are choosing to be on the AI adventure together. And I started this a week after ChatGPT came out. And wait, can you make it a vector image? Yeah, there's lots of... I can either make it a vector image or I can take it into like a 4K upscaler. There are a number of tools that vectorize it. And then there's also a number of tools that do AI upscaling where they actually add details to it. And it might de-jankify it, but I actually think that vectorizing that image will make it a little more janky, which feels more on brand. Would you like to place an order? So Tobias is a sponsor of the salon for this month. And Tobias has a print and design shop. Yeah, we should talk, Tobias. We got to get I got to get my shit together, and we got to get some stuff going. So why don't you and I connect, and we can make that happen. We can make it happen. I haven't quite figured out branding for the AI Learning Lab. I'm really happy with that logo for the AI Salon. So if you go to that URL, thesalon.ai, there's 3 links there. The first one is the link to the Mighty Networks. That's that community I was just showing you Cindy Kuhn's post on. There's a link to the meetups, which you can sign up for, but you don't have to because there's calendars in the Mighty Networks community. And then there's a link to a merch store for the AI Salon. So you can buy AI Salon. Oh, look, I'm all merched out. I got my Storyvine t-shirt on right now. You can buy AI Salon t-shirts and hoodies and shit like that and stickers. And any proceeds from merch sales go to support the salon. So the salon doesn't cost you anything. If you buy merch, that supports it. You can also sponsor a month like Tobias did. So thank you. Cindy Kuhn just got here. I was just talking about your post. Wait, how does it phrase it? Many reports use language like the misfits lead the way to a creative future. Lots of nods to misfits dominating. It's our time. Rise of the weirdos. And then Cindy, I was showing the the I'm not weird, I'm irregular t-shirt. I have made a commitment. This is now going to turn into a t-shirt. Actually, there are 2 people on the planet right now actually have this t-shirt. So I've got a PTSD experience with this t-shirt. So I went to Printful. I set up all the t-shirts. I set this up as a t-shirt. I was all excited about it. Bada bing, bada boom. I integrated into my TikTok shop. And then 2 people bought them. And apparently TikTok used to have a business relationship with Printful because there's a plugin for Printful into TikTok. But they stopped supporting them. So they let people order the shirt, but they wouldn't send me that person's address. So I had no way. So the only people I could actually fulfill their shirts was people I connected with that like physically mailed me a shirt or physically mailed me their address or emailed me their address. It was a fucking nightmare. And I had to like undo this entire Byzantine fucking structure. And I was trying to deal with TikTok technical support was absolute insanity. I'm like, hey, I've got Printful integrated into my TikTok shop that I got from your site, and I can't get the address. And they're like, no, we're not going to give you that address because that's sensitive information. I'm like, but they ordered something with this Printful integration. And then they say, but we don't support Printful. I'm like, I get that, but there's a thing on it was insanity. So patient 0, I have it. That's right. Oh man. That is awesome. Oh, Silver Fox has one. There's 2. You're one of 2. 2 people on the planet. I don't even have that t-shirt. So I got to get my shit back together. So I don't get the shirt I ordered. Well, if you ordered one, and you no, I think I refunded. I'm pretty sure I refunded everyone. Sam Corn got one, and Silver Fox got one. So yeah, I'm kidding. Good, good. Joker, never a dull moment. Joker, did you know that I thought there was someone else on our Irregulars little holiday call we had that had a southern accent? I thought it was you. So I was referring to all of our inside jokes with this other guy. It was pretty funny. Well, it was only funny in retrospect when I think it was Danielle told me, that's not Joker, right? I was like, I had no idea that wasn't Joker. So it was pretty funny. Oh. Woo! Kelly, yeah, exactly. It was Kelly. Who was awesome too. Like what was funny about Kelly is he had a really similar sense of humor as yours. He had a southern accent. He was like, I don't really know much about this AI stuff, but it's doing cool shit for me. It was really cool. So, anyway, kind of funny to watch him squirm. I thought he was hilarious. I know. He was really funny. Oh, man. All right. Oh, I refunded you, Silver Fox. Oh, yeah. His name was Kelly something. Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, so Silver Fox, you'll be first on the list when I get the T-shirt shop back up. We'll get it going again. All right, let's get started here. How many folks we got in here? We got a good amount in here. Do me a favor. If you'd be so kind, share this live so we can get more people in here. Part of what we like to do is get new voices in here that don't know AI, haven't seen AI. One way to do that is if you share this live, let's go with 5. With 5 of your friends that it will piss off if you share something about AI with them. But Kyle, that would make me uncomfortable. Exactly. That's okay. Just feel a little uncomfortable. We'll get them in here. We'll have some fun. Maybe we can get someone to try ChatGPT for the first time and have their first Kevin McAllister moment. So share that. I see a lot of people tapping the heart button and the like button. Keep doing that. Love that. I'm trying to think if there's anything else going on here. Feel free to follow my channel. I'm trying to increase my followers. And yeah, so what we'll do is if you are brand new to ChatGPT, let me go to. Well, let me share with you. So I mentioned before about the AI Salon. So go there, and if you come to the AI Salon page, there's a couple of things that I want to point out. It's a neat site. It's got a feed like Facebook, where if you just go to the feed, it's just sort of like all the latest stuff that you've subscribed to. There's a section called Salon Info. The first link there is Welcome to the Salon, and it talks about who we are, why we do what we do, and it talks about our values. So things like curiosity and generosity and exploration and collaboration and inclusion and empathy, and we talk about what that actually means to us, and how we want the community, who we want in the community, people that resonate with these values and support these values and live by these values. If you resonate with these values, this is your people, right? This is the Irregulars. This is Weirdos. This is people that are actively choosing to be on this AI adventure together. If those values don't resonate with you, that's cool too, but this is probably not your people. So I want the AI Salon to grow. I want as many people as possible getting up to speed on this. That's kind of been my mission for the past year. So check out what we're about. Make sure you resonate with it. And then if you do, go to the community section. And the very first link there is introduce yourself. And do me a favor and embody the spirit of generosity and introduce yourself. Thank you, Apple user. I appreciate that. Introduce yourself. Tell us who you are. Tell us what you're up to. Tell us where you are with this AI stuff. Are you brand new to it? Cool. Are you a 30-year veteran and you're all cynical and bitter about it, but you're now interested because of this generative AI stuff? Cool. Anything in between, right? And then there's a water cooler area where you can sort of talk about anything going on or any questions you have. There's a show and tell area. So as we play tonight, one of the things that you'll notice if you go here is, I'll be right out. That's good. You can share the things that you're making. That's super cool. Wow, that's nice. That's beautiful. Oh, was that that must have been in Korea. That looks like one of those triangles in Korea with a circle at the top. Yeah. Images Korea. Oh, that's super cool, Ted. Ted's got the image generation stuff going on. That's pretty cool. But as I'm playing tonight, one of the things that I would encourage you to do is play along. If I'm talking about shit you're not interested in, which is highly likely, just go make images or go to ChatGPT or go to whatever. I've invited several people. I think they sneak in, but don't tell me. Yeah. Well, you know, what's funny, Source Camp, is like, you know, we all start out as secret cyborgs. So that's Ethan Mollick's term for people that are secretly AI literate and don't want anyone else to know. And then we kind of come out of the shadows and we start talking about it. And then I think there's always sort of a new round of secret cyborgs coming in. So that's pretty funny. That's awesome. Emilio's wife shared this live with more than 10 friends. Okay, she's an overachiever, but that's pretty awesome. So I only asked for 5. She did more than 10. So yeah, see what I'm saying? You can do this. Kevin Vasquez, more than 10 people. You guys rock. Gotta brag on my mom. She's making Dolly Christmas cards every night for her friends. Oh, that's so cool. This is the thing that I gotta say. And this kind of goes into that, you know, the weirdos are gonna take over kind of thing, where this idea that anyone who takes the little bit of time, like it doesn't take a lot of time to get your head around this stuff. I mean, to at least start to get your head around it, to understand what's possible with it. And the minute you do that, you kind of latch on to, oh, I could do X. And in her case, she's choosing to express herself by doing personalized cards for her friends. That's so cool. Like, I feel like we're moving into this future of hyper-personalization where we're all going to be able to express ourselves as humans in incredibly powerful ways, even if we don't have art skills or music skills or writing skills or coding skills. Now we get to level up on all the shit we were never good at, but always wanted to do. That's a remarkable future. So go check out Show and Tell. There's a news channel. Where I'm going to go right now is I'm going to go to this thing called AI Tools and Resources. And so this is where we're going to start tonight. We haven't started yet? You've been talking for half an hour. This is exhausting. Do people watch this? What is this who are you? My name's Kyle Shannon, and none of that's important anymore because this community has sort of taken on a life of its own. I am but creating the vessel with which this community does its shit. It's really fucking awesome. But yeah. So what I've got here is a list of things you should explore in AI. And this first one is just all the same thing. This is all ChatGPT. It's like, God, that's a lot to explore, Kyle. But ChatGPT, there's actually kind of 2.5 things to explore with ChatGPT. There's ChatGPT 3.5, which is the free version of ChatGPT. So if you just go to chat.openai.com, that's that. Now, if you pay $20 a month, you get access to ChatGPT 4. It's called ChatGPT Plus is the name of the subscription. It's $20 a month. This is a multimodal, state-of-the-art tool, and this is my opinion. I wrote this document, worth the investment. The $20 a month, there are so many things. I've started taking medications after watching these lives. These lives exist because I stopped taking my medication. That's fucking awesome. Oh my God. What do I think of Meta Ray-Bans take on new meeting of multimodal vision? I think that they're sort of version 0.1 of what those things will be. Here's what I think is most interesting about the wearable shit. There's the pin that just came out, the $700 pin that's got a camera and a microphone in it. There's those Ray-Ban glasses from Meta. There's other glasses that I just saw today that were advertised that record everything, right? They record your life. Up until this year, none of that stuff made sense to me because you had to process everything manually. Like you had to like manually figure out, when do I hit record? When do I not hit record? If it generates media, then you've got to download it into your file and put it in the system and organize it. And it's all just fucking exhausting, right? But now we live in a world where these tools can instantly process massive amounts of data, right? I can upload my screenplay I wrote 30 years ago, and it reads it in an instant and will write me a Hollywood logline. So it can record shit all day, and then I can just say, oh, who was I talking to at lunch? That was an interesting conversation. Oh, you talked to someone named Fred at Starbucks, and he asked you about something, and you said this, and then he said, oh, I have a business that does Y. Right, what's Fred's number? Here's Fred's number. He told it to you, right? So that ability to instantly process massive amounts of information all of a sudden makes data gathering things viable. Now, are they valuable? Is it a waste of time? Is it an invasion of privacy? Is it like all the there's like 8 billion issues. Like, where's that data going? Are those people mining your data of what you do every day? If you forget to hit stop on the record button and it records something nefarious you did, are they going to turn you into like, I don't like the depth of unanswerable ethical, moral, copyright, trademark, just basic human decency issues that those things unload on us are insane. It's going to be a decade till we unravel all that, but I would say that they are interesting in that we now have technology to be able to make sense of the data. So what happened to Google Glass? It was 8 years before its time, right? And it was also it looked like the douchey future. The nice thing about Ray-Ban, the Ray-Ban's glasses from Meta, is if you're not paying too close attention, they just look like glasses, right? The single prism over one eye, like I think I was in South by Southwest, and I went to some party, and there was some dude there wearing Google Glass, and he's like, hey man, how's it going? And I could just see his eyes like darting off to the corner, looking at his stupid fucking prism, not actually talking to me, but trying to pretend to be in the conversation. It was, I don't know, it was weird. So I think Google Glass represented the douche future. And mass adoption won't happen until actual human beings can use the stuff without looking like a pinhead. Okay, so if you haven't tried ChatGPT, go there right now, chat.openai.com, and just go there right now and start playing. Go there right now. Kyle, I I'm not very technical. Kyle, yeah, hey, but you know what I did here?
You can make money with ChatGPT.
Can I make money with ChatGPT? Can I? Just go there. Just go there. But Kyle, I don't know what to do. Just type shit in. What do I type? Ask it to explain something you failed in high school, to explain it to you as if someone who who failed at that in high school, and see what it does. Have it write you a poem about your pet. Have it write you an application that does a sophisticated mathematical application in Python, and just watch what it does. If you've been playing around with ChatGPT for a while and you haven't pulled the trigger on ChatGPT 4, pull the trigger on ChatGPT 4 if you can afford it. If you can't afford it, fuck it. Go to copilot.microsoft.com is the sort of free version of ChatGPT 4. If you can afford it, this is the $20 to spend. And for those cynics in the audience that are going, oh, well, what kind of kickback is Kyle getting from Sam Altman? Jeez, he must be making a fortune. This is just like a giant ad for ChatGPT. I know how he's making money with ChatGPT. Commissions. Sam's jealous of me, and he pays me $0 in commissions. $0. Okay? All right? I've called Sam. I've talked to his answering machine. We don't have those anymore. His voicemail. Sam Altman actually has an answering machine. He's got the one with a little tape in it that you flip over every 3 days. So I know he's got little cassette tapes with my messages on it in his. It's a shoebox where he keeps all of them. And I know he's got a ton of me in there because he's obsessed with me to the point that he does not pay me commissions to sell his shit. I don't know why. Whatever. It's just jealousy. I don't mind it when other people are petty and small. I like to be large and magnanimous. And by large, I mean, look at these chins. I've got more than one. Okay. So that's that. The last little thing here is if you're a developer, there's this thing called the OpenAI Playground you can go play with. Other things that I think you should be looking at. The big four, I got to get rid of Grok out of here. I got to replace that with something else. I think I'm going to replace that with Perplexity. Should I do that now? The problem is that the formatting's all fucking weird with this software. Nah, I won't do it in front of you. All right. Kind of the big four large language models behind ChatGPT: Claude, Bard, and Microsoft Copilot. Like I said, Microsoft Copilot is their version of ChatGPT. It's good, except its safety guardrails are so stringent that I find it maddeningly frustrating. You can't get shit done with it. So it has a lot of potential. Pay attention to it. Microsoft's not going to let that thing completely fail, and their entire company is being bet on that technology. Bard is now Gemini Pro, which is kind of their ChatGPT 3.5 model is that now. When they release Gemini Ultra, I don't know if it's still going to be bard.google.com. It likely will be. But it'll probably be like advancedbard.google.com or something like that you'll pay for. That's going to get really good. Grok right now is a stupid fucking parlor trick toy that is not worth $16 a month, in my opinion. I'm paying it because I'm a dum-dum. Okay, specialty large language models. Pi from Inflection is a conversational bot that you can talk to that's really good. Perplexity is really good if you want to do research. The whole Llama family, Llama 2 family from Meta has, lit the open source community on fire. There are now hundreds, that's not true, thousands of open source projects you can go play with. So if you're geeky, go explore that world. And then you've got Poe, which lets you play with a bunch of different models. So you got ChatGPT plus 9 other options for large language models, for ChatGPT-like things. At this point in the industry, it is worth understanding the advantages and disadvantages of as many of those as possible. But why, Kyle? Can't I just learn one? Which one's the best? Well, which one's the best for what? If you want to have a 4-hour conversation with a chatbot in your car, it ain't gonna be Bard. It is gonna be Pi. You could also use ChatGPT. If you want to do research that has as low a likelihood as possible of hallucination with verifiable links on everything it searches for, you want Perplexity. You don't want Pi because Pi is super chatty. And if you're just doing research, you just want answers, right? So all of these have their strengths and weaknesses, and it's good to understand them. Same too with image generation. You've got Dolly 3, which lives inside ChatGPT and Microsoft Copilot. It's really, really good. But doesn't give you quite as much control as something like Midjourney, which is super high quality. And Midjourney, they just came out with version 6, and it looks to be quite remarkable. And I've even seen some people using Midjourney version 6 doing text. So Midjourney historically couldn't do text. It looks like version 6 can, to at least some version of a degree, better than it was. Krea has this thing called real-time image creation, which is kind of like jazz, where you're not really prompting, but you're more playing visually. It's pretty insane. Leonardo used to be just a simple image generation tool. It's now got like 4 or 5 major functions on it. It's absolutely fucking insane. And then Adobe Firefly, if you're in a corporation, it has not been trained on copywritten images, so this is way more safe in a corporate environment than all the others. So there's reasons to use all of them. And so anything on this list is on there because I think it's worth your time to understand what it does. Some of them don't have free trials, like Midjourney doesn't have a free trial anymore, so they're kind of assholes for that, but whatever. You can at least go look at what people do with it. Then there's the video creation tools, Runway ML, Visla, Moon Valley, and HeyGen. I'm going to demo something from HeyGen that I went to. HeyGen had an office hours, like a webinar today about a new feature called personalized video that looks like holy shit. But we're gonna go look at that. Music and audio. You got 11 labs for voice and audio synthesis. Like if you want to clone your own voice, you can do it quite easily with this. You can also translate your voice into a bunch of different languages, which coincidentally, HeyGen uses as their audio engine for their amazing video shit that they do. You got Refusion and Suno. Suno, it was just announced yesterday that Microsoft cut a deal with Suno, and this is now built into Microsoft Copilot. So you can make songs, and we did it yesterday. This is when I had to leave early. I had everyone make songs in Microsoft Copilot and share them on the AI Salon, and then I had to leave the thing early. So sorry about that, everybody. But there's a bunch of songs on the AI Salon Show and Tell channel as a result of that exercise, which is really cool. Some of them are good. Some of them are cringily bad, which is one of the one of the signs of our times is that all of these technologies are so janky that we're going to look back on this time fondly, I think, because these tools are going to get very good very quickly. I had ChatGPT review a consulting contract and find questionable points and write me an email, 100% email. Nice. Yeah, that's perfect. One of the things ChatGPT and all these tools, quite frankly, are good at is reading other stuff and commenting on it or editing it or summarizing it, anything like that. But yeah, understanding legal documents is a superpower without having to go to a lawyer. Where can I see a copy of this list? So if you go to there, thesalon.ai, that's French. The Salon. Hello, my name is Carl Shannon. Please go to thesalon.ai. The AI Salon is a community of folks I started about a year ago, and the first link on that page is to the Mighty Networks community, and so that's where this list is. So if you come into Mighty Networks, there's a bunch of things like Welcome to the Salon that talks about who we are, why we do what we do, and what our values are. There's also a community section where you can say introduce yourself, which would be nice. There's also a show and tell channel, and that's where people are show and telling very cool images. I love that one. I love these Polaroids, Barbara. Those are cool. Sam's recordings of Kyle. So this is okay. So this is one of my joys in life right now. I come on this channel and say stupid shit, and then people turn that into like a document of my imaginary life, my hallucinatory, insane life. That's fucking awesome. And they also share other cool art. That's really good. And then there's a news section, but I'm in the AI tools and resources section, and so that's the list that I'm doing. So this is a list that I put together for people in the community to be able to go find and explore stuff that's not a waste of their time. Because listen, there are so many tools that most of them are a waste of your time. And seriously, I would say that 70% of the links on this list are rabbit holes in and of themselves. Like ChatGPT 4, even ChatGPT 3, just understanding what ChatGPT can do at its basic level. Like all of the other competitors of ChatGPT are essentially at the level of ChatGPT. So their top is ChatGPT's bottom. Didn't sound right, but whatever. ChatGPT 4 is not a single application. It's about 7 or 8 applications that are all rolled into this single interface. And like just understanding like a hint of what it makes possible is really, really hard. But worth it. And a lot of the tools in here are like that. Like Leonardo that I was just saying, like it used to be a complicated but straightforward tool. Now it's a complicated and really complex tool because it can do so much. Firefly's got a bunch of extensions and things like that. It's getting, crazy. So's Runway ML for video. HeyGen is now a whole bunch of different products, some of which are absolutely fucking remarkable. 11 Labs, Whole World, Suno, making music is just a whole thing in and of itself. Like the difference between 11 Labs, Refusion, Suno, and SoundRaw. Like SoundRaw is a loop composer, and Suno and Refusion are waveform composers. They're two very different things, but depending on the kind of music you want, those different approaches have different advantages. So then I got 3D worlds and objects. There's really cool stuff in here. And then I've got, these are 4 people that I think you should follow. There's probably more people I need to add to this list. So if you have thoughts about who to add to this list, let me know. But I got Ethan Mollick, David Shapiro, Paul Raitzer from the Marketing AI Institute, and Rachel Woods from the AI Exchange. Rachel Woods is a TikToker that is the counterbalance to the energy of this channel. Let's just put it that way. Someone wanted details on video creation, please. Okay. Whew. Let me go through here. I don't have these ordered correctly, unfortunately. Do I want to change this? No, I don't. Okay. Runway ML is probably the industry leader right now in text to video. So just generating a video either from an image source, a video source, or text. It's super janky. It's super weird. It generates short 4-second clips that mostly don't look like what you thought they would, but occasionally are good enough that you're like, holy shit. And then you can take a 4-second clip and you can extend it for another 4 seconds, and you can do that 4 times. So you can actually end up with, I think they have an 18-second max length. You can actually end up with an 18-second clip, which if you're cutting together different clips, you can absolutely tell a story with it. The other thing that Runway ML has, and I've got to put this in here. This is probably worth editing for, but wait. The other thing Runway ML has is this. Runway.tv. Now this is going to be completely changed, I'm sure. Well, it looks like they cleaned it up a little bit. So, if you remember the early days of Netflix, it kind of had a similar, when Netflix went online, it kind of had a similar kind of interface as this. This is basically just like one of those, like, you know, video templates from Webflow or one of the, you know, Squarespace is what it feels like. But all of the videos on here had to have some part of them made with Runway ML. And let's just grab one. So these are people making films without cameras, right? They're just making films by generating video out of this tool or shooting things on cameras and incorporating some of this stuff into their stuff. And so there's a ton of these. And you can also, let me see, go to live TV. It'll just randomly pop one in there. I got to be careful of this because I could get permanently banned if it shows the wrong shit. But what's cool about this is in the upper right hand corner, you can either submit a bumper, which is an ad for Runway TV. Like if you remember MTV, I want my MTV. You can make your own version of that for Runway TV and they will use it for advertising. Or you can submit a film. So you can go make a film right now. You could go learn Runway ML, figure out how this shit works, do some voiceover shit with it, or if you're not comfortable talking, go to 11 Labs and synthesize a voice and make a movie. And then submit it here, and it will go into this thing that kind of looks like a janky-ass Netflix 0.1, because it is a janky-ass Netflix 0.1. And here's what's interesting. The big studios and the big streaming services are going to look at this site and probably make fun of it. They're going to be like, "Oh, well, sorry, we've got relationships with Hollywood. We do real films. Sorry, we don't do your toy, stupid-ass, janky, face-morphing films with your stupid tools." And what's going to happen is these stupid tools are going to get unstupid really quick. And the people that are good at this stuff are going to become the new directors. Like in 5 years, the people that are good at this stuff, there's going to be a shift in power. You mark my words. So anyone in film right now that makes fun of this is going to have their ass handed to them. And not necessarily this site, but sites like this. This is runway.tv is this site. So remember when I said every one of these links is like a whole rabbit hole in and of itself? This is why, especially when you get into multimedia stuff, it just gets crazy. Visla, app.visla.us. Visla is, if you need like a corporate video where you're not generating original video, but you're just putting together stock video images, that's what Visla does. You say, I want a video. I did this. I went there and I said, I want a video about fly fishing the Delaware River on a fall morning as the fog lifts off the water. And it goes and finds stock footage of people fishing the Delaware River, and then it stitches it all together, writes a script, and then narrates and puts background music behind the video. Like, it generates a video for you of stock footage. So that's what Visla does. So if you just need a corporate video about, I don't know, let's say you're having your your big corporate retreat in Toledo, Ohio. You can just say, I want a B-roll of people doing interesting shit in Toledo, Ohio. It'll go find that and put it together for you. And then you just pay for it and it takes all the watermarks off the stock video. It's pretty slick. Moon Valley and Pika Labs are kind of like Runway ML. Pika Labs just released a new version called Pika 1.0, which is really quite good. It's I would say quality-wise, it's more consistent than Runway ML right now, but those two are going to be battling. And then HeyGen and DID, this is why these are out of order. HeyGen and DID, they need to be next to each other, and so do the other ones that are directly alike. These are avatar makers. So you upload a picture, and then you just type in text and pick a voice, and it'll turn that picture into a talking head talking about shit. And what kind of things can you do with that? Here, let me show you. So this is one of the products that I'm putting together for my company, Storyvine. So we're about authentic narrative. And sometimes our clients can't find people to tell their stories, but they still have stories to tell. Well, we can now generate a persona using ChatGPT. We can say, here's the persona framework. We want to know the person's age and their socioeconomic background and their ethnicity and their social background, their hobbies, their professional background, their health background. And then we can then have that persona answer a set of Storyvine prompts that allows them to tell their story. So a person that doesn't exist is invented in concept, and then that person tells their story that we guide them to tell in the way we want them to tell it. We can then visualize what they look like, and then we can synthesize their voice. So here's one of those.
Hi, I'm George Miller. My life's always been about simple pleasures, cooking my catch of the day and enjoying the quiet of the country. There's nothing like the peace of fishing at dawn or the aroma of a home-cooked meal. But when I was diagnosed with diabetes, everything changed. Suddenly, the foods I loved needed rethinking, and my days had to be planned with care. It was a challenge.
It's a challenge.
I've learned to adapt, finding new ways to enjoy my passions while managing my health. Life's different now, but no less rich.
So that image was made in Dolly 3 in ChatGPT. The animation was done in D-ID, one of those sites that I just showed. The voice was done in 11 Labs with a new thing that they've got called speech-to-speech synthesis. So I actually recorded my voice saying that script. So it's my cadence and my inflections, but it's someone else's voice. And the voice that I chose to replace mine with on 11 Labs, it was called Santa. It was a holiday voice called Santa, and this guy kind of looked like Santa. So I'm like, let me see if it fits this guy, and it did. So I used that same technology to make his doctor.
Hello, I'm Dr. Emily Park. As an endocrinologist specializing in diabetes, my approach goes beyond traditional treatment. I'm deeply committed to empowering my patients, integrating medical care with lifestyle changes. It's a journey we take together, and seeing my patients regain control of their health is incredibly rewarding.
So we're in a new era. To be able to do this even 5 years ago would have been minimum 50 grand to do something like that. It is now within the reach of all of us. Now, at this point, at this stage of the industry, you have to know which of the tools can do which of the pieces, and you have to know how to put those all together. So that's the part of the art of it right now. And one of the reasons I advocate getting like hyper fucking curious is because so much is possible right now, but only if you know what's possible right now. And the only way to know what's possible right now is to play and play and play. And it's so funny. All of the seemingly stupid shit, right? That if you go to show and tell and like what people are putting there is cool, but they're just playing, right? There's a snow globe from Becky. There's another there's an ornament. Those are like super cool. Ooh, that's beautiful. The AI salon, or the 911 AI salon. That's really funny. It won't write AI salon. Yeah, it happens. Keep trying. It'll eventually get there. But what Kate's experiencing right now is a real frustration. She wants to get it to say AI salon. It won't. Well, what's she learning right here? She's learning one of the boundaries. Kyle, go look at my ornaments. Santa's changing guard. All right. Da, 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 da. Oh, these are great. Wow. Oh, Santa's changing guard. Look, they're changing out the reindeer. That's awesome. These are cool. But you could absolutely argue, well, that's not work. They're just playing. But they're not. What everyone who writes a crappy song with Suno, or does an image that can't quite get the spelling right, or does a beautiful image like this, starting to find their artistic voice, everyone that's doing that right now are learning the skills that are going to be, these tools are going to be ubiquitous. They're going to be in almost everything we touch. And the people that understand, oh, I know how to do that. I made a cool image that was kind of like that once. Let me try something here. Those people are going to be in power. So I would encourage you to get curious and start playing. What else is on my list? So let me show you some HeyGen stuff. So the stuff I just showed you with George Miller and his doctor was DID was part of it. 11 Labs was part of it. And then just some clever prompting and ChatGPT was part of it. The HeyGen stuff, let me show you another product that we're putting out at Storyvine right now. This one blows my flipping mind. I think I actually, hang on, let me change something here. We're going to go here. And then I'm going to go build out. Stop movie. And I'm going to put that here. So that's that. Then there's that. Oh, and I need to go. I just chill out, people. It's gonna be fine. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. There's nothing like building a keynote PowerPoint animation on the fly while people are watching. Okay. I think I did this in the right order. Okay, so one of the things, want me to do the last 10K and reach 20K? Apple user, if you want to get our likes from, so right now we're at 9.8K. Yeah, we're at 9.8K. If you want to get us to 20K single-handedly, go for it. It's your carpal tunnel. Okay, so the thing I'm about to show you, the technology behind it is HeyGen, but holy crap, is it amazing. So the way Storyvine works, my company, look, see? Storyvine. The way Storyvine works is we create a series of prompts that when you answer those series of prompts in a row, it tells a specific story. So we have an app, and the app serves as a virtual director. So we capture the little segments of a story one after the other. I can now take, because it's a modular approach to storytelling, do you have any of your HeyGen vids on YouTube? Would love to show friends. I've got some of them source camp on, I might have one or two on YouTube. There's definitely some on my TikTok channel. There's like the Chinese one and the Italian one on my TikTok channel. So you can get them from there. And then I think now that I've got this this presentation that I'm showing you now, like this is what you're looking at here is like a week old, right? that's why I'm changing the builds in real time here. So now that I've got these, I think what I'm going to start putting together is I'm going to put together some little YouTube videos of these discrete products, and I'll put those on YouTube. So that's a good point. But if you DM me Source Camp on Mighty Networks, I can get you examples of all this stuff. Okay, so somebody answers a series of questions in our app that acts as their virtual director. Those raw clips go up to the cloud, and then they get stitched together into a final edited video within about 5 minutes. But because I've got the individual modules that make up that edited video, I can now take the individual pieces and do this with them.
My greatest source of support living with rheumatoid arthritis has been speaking with other people about what they've gone through, reading a lot about the effects of rheumatoid arthritis.
And now Ellen can speak Spanish.
Mi mayor fuente de apoyo viviendo con artritis reumatoide ha sido hablar con otras personas sobre lo que han pasado, leer mucho sobre los efectos de la artritis reumatoide.
And so that's Ellen in her voice, but she's speaking Spanish. I don't know if she speaks Spanish, but she does now. And now I can take those modules, I can put them back in the Storyvine system with translated lower third titles, right? So I can take the English titles that were on the English video, I can translate those in Spanish, put them back in the Storyvine system, and then it generates this.
Hola, mi nombre es Ellen, soy de Bellevue, Washington, y me diagnosticaron artritis reumatoide hace unos 22 años. Estoy más apasionado en mi vida por mi familia.
Right, so here's the Spanish, lower third, and so I can completely take an English thing and put that in another language. I can then put it into a system that I just built that generates transcriptions and YouTube descriptions and a bunch of other stuff. I can put the Spanish version of it in that system and generate all that content in Spanish. And then I can do that for 27 languages. So here's Ellen speaking Hindi.
नमस्ते, मेरा नाम एलन है। मैं बेलव्यू, वॉशिंगटन से हूँ। 22 साल पहले रेमटॉइड आर्थराइटिस का निदान हुआ था। मेरे परिवार के बारे में मैं सबसे
And then here she is speaking Japanese.
こんにちは、私はエレンです。ベルビュー出身で22年前にカンチャリウマチと診断されました。
So there is some stuff possible now that like wasn't possible like a month or two ago. We're in an absolutely we're in new territory as human beings. Some of this stuff happens to play in really good to my company, but figuring out what of all the AI things I could do with Storyvine to get it in there, it's taken me a year. And it's not taken me a year to understand the technology. Like the technology shit, I understood the basics of it back in February. Like early on, I created automations that would take an input and translate it into a social media post and things like that. Like I got how it worked really early on. But like what it meant to my business has been a total mindfuck. So Lunashtick, I just saw your comment there. So Luna, if someone could repin it, because I wouldn't mind reading the exact quote, but it was basically like, the thing that makes me is my authenticity. What happens, being authentic is what has always made me. What happens when AI's authenticity rivals it? And it will. And I'm about to show you something, Lunashtick, in HeyGen that just came out today, because I sat through their painfully awkward webinar. I got access to it. I'll show you what it does. It's pretty mind blowing. So I've done the inputs. I actually haven't watched the outputs yet. So we'll watch the outputs together. My guess is they're going to be pretty good just based on the other shit that they do. So let me answer your question, Luna Shtick, in a kind of roundabout way. There's a handful of value propositions for my company. We've been around for 11 and a half years. Our primary target market is healthcare and pharma. And so, like, pharma clients will use Storyvine to do authentic patient videos, like a patient talking about their diagnosis or a doctor talking about a treatment and why they choose it over another treatment. Or salespeople creating personalized videos for outreach to doctors, right? And a big part of our value proposition is that you answer some questions on video in an app, it goes up to the cloud, and 5 minutes later, you've got a fully edited video. We call it auto magic editing. Auto magic. Ring! That automation, as sexy as it is essentially going to be valueless in a year. Probably not even a year. Everything's going to be automated. Like, the fact that I can auto edit shit went from, holy shit, that's amazing, I didn't even know that was possible, to, well, yeah, everybody does that. What's the big deal? So there's a part of my business where the value is up here and it now goes to zero. There's another part of my business, which is, for 11 and a half years, we have been focused on human beings telling authentic stories. So I think if I play out my little future casting, if I do my best Cindy Coon, I did my Cindy Coon threat casting thing on, holy shit, part of my business drops to zero value. The future casting piece is, in a world of infinite content generation, authenticity is going to go up in value. So there's a part of my business that drops to zero, a part that goes higher. I'm like, oh, well then focus on that. And so that authenticity, if you, I don't know if you caught this, but Miriam Webster's word of the year for 2023 was authenticity. Why? Because it was the most searched word. Why? Because everyone's talking about the fucking bots are going to kill us. It's like, authenticity's value goes up. And then, to your question, Lunastick, when it gets harder and harder and harder to distinguish between authentic Kyle and synth Kyle, what do? I don't know. We're not quite there right yet. The synth Kyle right now is very uncanny valley, which is basically just like, something's not right. That doesn't look right. Like here, look. I'll show you synth Kyle right now. Synth Kyle's not awesome. Where can I find synth Kyle? If I go to, oh wait, that I don't want to get rid of. Here, I'll go here, and I'll go to TikTok, the Tickety Tock Talk. Verification complete. You're a human. Yeah, until ChatGPT can do that, which it can. All this verification stuff, and something went wrong. Refresh. Cryptography, all that sort of stuff is in for a bit of a loop. Okay, here's the synthetic me that does not involve any of me other than I uploaded a video to HeyGen and turned it into an avatar, and then I typed out a script, and this is it.
Kyle Shannon with the AI Learning Lab. You know, there are some days I just don't want to turn on the camera, days where I don't even want to get out of bed. Well, good news. We now live in a post-sci-fi world, and I can just type up this script and select my avatar of choice. This is one from a video I recorded about a year ago. You might be wondering, Kyle, what is this magic wand you have waved?
Right. So, like, I'm going to be a really rough one to do avatars of because I'm so animated. I'm all over the place. I do my stupid voices, right? So if you're someone that's a little more low key and just sort of talks kind of like Ellen does, really straightforward, it's going to be easier for this stuff to seem authentic with you. But that's not bad. Like, it's not bad. And then there's another version of this I did. So the next one you're going to see, I recorded the audio, so you'll hear me actually talking, but the video you're seeing, you'll notice it's the same video as in this one.
Hey, it's Kyle Shannon with...
No, not that.
Hey, it's Kyle Shannon with the AI Learning Lab. So the previous video on my timeline is an avatar generated...
That was a weird
HeyGen,
glitch.
Where I didn't say the words. I just typed in a script and it synthesized my voice.
But like the use of the hands, like, so the video I uploaded, I was using my hands, and it's like it's sort of capturing the cadence of what I recorded in audio, and I'm using my hands like I use my hands. Like there's an authenticity to this. There's some weirdness to it, but it's pretty fucking close.
Didn't really sound like me.
So we're very, very close to, like, we're within a year of this stuff being essentially indistinguishable. So Kyle, how does AI recreate the vibrational frequency of authenticity? Well, so what's interesting, Hair Growth Geek, I assume you're not joking. If you are joking, I'm gonna answer it seriously. If you're not joking, I think it's a really good question. Let me flip back. I'm not weird. I'm irregular. I think things like in-person meetings, live music, art that was messy, like someone got their hands full of paint and splattered it on something, and you can tell that's a human being did that. I think things that retain the mark of humanness and the attachment to humanness, I feel like they're going to become incredibly valuable. I don't think authenticity is absolute. I think it's a spectrum, like neurodiversity. So I talk about content like this. So I've got this, what is it? Concept, framework? I don't know. I've got this idea about content. So a lot of times I'm hearing artists right now being really pissed off at AI. Like, it's taking the job of artists, and there's and they're super angry about it. And I absolutely get why, right? It's an existential threat. If Midjourney gets too good, photographers are fucked, and artists are fucked, and illustrators are fucked, right? But not all art is created equal. And so the concept that I've got is content falls into roughly 3 categories in this pyramid. At the bottom of the pyramid is what I call, it's got to be good enough. Not super technical, but the bottom of the pyramid, most art that is generated in the world is going to be used on a social media ad for a week or a day. Or it's going to be used on a magazine ad that's going to be printed once and then never seen again, other than if someone looks it up in the library, and right? And it's just got to be good enough. And I feel like most of the good enough art can be automated. Like the spelling of Dolly at this point is good enough that you can either just let the typo slide if you're doing something like this channel, and I just need a cute image up here. It doesn't really fucking matter if it's Learning Lab has 2 B's on it. It's good enough. So like all that shit can be automated. And that's going to create a net increase of art produced because people are going to be producing art where they never would have hired an artist anyway, right? So that's the good enough part. Then there's the middle part, which is I want it to be good. And that's where we start to blend humans back into the mix, right? Where it's like, okay, I want it to be good. I'm going to generate, maybe I'm going to do concepting in Dolly 3 or Midjourney. And then I'm going to take it into Photoshop or Illustrator, and I'm going to add typography, and I'm going to bring it into After Effects and add some motion things to it. And we're going to make it, good, right? And that's going to be this hybrid approach where humans are collaborating with this stuff. And then I think the top of the pyramid is it's got to be fucking excellent. We're making a Hollywood film. It's not just going in a magazine, it's going in, Time Magazine's Person of the Year, and it's got to be fucking excellent, right? Because it's going to be hung on people's walls, and it's got to be great. It's an image that's going to live at the Olympics. That's where you're going to have full-on, artistic contribution from humans, maybe assisted by AI in some of the process to get there. But like human beings are not going to let that shit out of their control. I feel like the same thing with authenticity. There's some authenticity that just needs to be good enough. One of the things I want to experiment with, DID just announced they're putting together a thing which is called an agent, real-time agent. I think it's called a real-time agent. So I can take a likeness of me, I can turn it into a real-time agent that talks like me, looks like me, and you can interact with it in real time. So I could create an AI Learning Lab bot that uses transcripts of these lives as its knowledge base, and then you could type to it and ask questions, and I'll answer you. That just needs to be authentic enough. It's like, oh yeah, that looks like Kyle, and I know I'm interacting with a bot here, and it's a little janky, but who gives a shit? That's like at the bottom of that thing. Then I think there's a middle tier where it's like, it's going to be this sort of augmented, it's got to be pretty authentic, and I'm going to control the messaging. And then there's the top of the pyramid where it's going to be like full-on authentic human experience. And that top of the pyramid shit, I feel like in all industries, the top of the pyramid of good enough, good, and excellent is where humans kind of retain their power. And I think their power actually gets amplified because they can be more productive, more expressive with these tools, but it's coming, essentially 100% from them. So I know that's a long winding answer to it, but it's a really complicated question. And I think we're going to have to all grapple with it. Like, where are our personal boundaries, right? Some artists don't have a good enough boundary. Some artists are like, fuck you, I'll never do commercial art. This is about, for me, the craft of being an artist and the pain and the authenticity. And if you don't like what I do, fuck you. And I would never work for the corporate man. And other people are like, I gave that a shot. I need a paycheck. You need some good enough art? I'm here for you. You need some good art? I can do that too. I'll take the good enough art and I'll take my skills and I'll upscale it so that it's actually good, not just good enough. So, but I think we're all gonna have to watch as these tools move up that pyramid. Because right now these tools sort of are at the very bottom of the pyramid. They're all really janky. And someone described, I think it was on the live last night. Someone described they sent someone some ChatGPT copy, and the person said they immediately knew it was AI. And then the response was, ChatGPT is the fluorescent lighting of writing, which I thought was fucking brilliant, right? So it's still janky. All this content is still janky and weird and awkward and not quite right and uncanny valley. It's not going to be like that for long. So it's going to creep up that value triangle pretty quick. And then I think we as artists and contributors need to figure out where are our personal boundaries. And there's no perfect answer for any of it. But it's not AI is evil because it takes the work of all artists. No, it doesn't. There's some work that it's going to actually generate new work that wouldn't have employed an artist anyway. Now, there's some where it is going to take jobs. But there's also going to be new kinds of jobs in the world that we can't even anticipate right now. Like curating, there's going to be such a massive content put out in the world. Whose job is it to curate that and edit it and figure out what's good and what's not? What rises to the top? How do you in a content world of sort of infinite personalization, how do you get any single piece of art to stand above everyone making their own personal storybook for their kid? How do you get your storybook to rise above enough that people actually go, oh, that storybook is good enough that I want that for my kid. I'm not just going to do my version of that. Like that one's a level above. I don't know. Artists are gonna, the weirdos. What this live tonight started out with Cindy Coon's her post about weirdos. It's the fucking weirdos, man. The weirdos are gonna use these tools. I gotta go find your image, Cindy. I think it was in Show and Tell, wasn't it? Wow, people have been doing a lot of art. They've been doing a lot of showing and telling. Y'all is crazy. You're crazy, I tell you, crazy. Yeah, Rise of the Weirdos. These people are going to figure this shit out. Who are these people? It's fucking everyone who shows up right now and figures out. It's people that get AI literate when it's not cool to be AI literate. The reason your friends and co-workers think you're a fucking weirdo is that they're afraid of this stuff. Or even worse, they're ignorant to this stuff. All they see is you. It's all you talk about anymore. You used to talk about your hair and your nails, and now all you talk about is building GPTs. I don't think we have anything in common anymore. No, you probably don't. Because you're talking to a weirdo. Again, I've never felt so regular being an irregular. Exactly, Source Camp. Exactly. It's the people that right now are internalizing these tools that are humanity amplifiers. Right? These are not robots. These are... All of these tools have been trained on the output of other human beings. And so when you interact with them, it's kind of like the history of humanity is giving you the answer that you need. And if you think about it like that, and not like, oh, it's a robot doing a mathematical calculation. AI is nothing more than a probability calculation. It's just mathematics. It's just choosing the next most probable word in a sequence, and it doesn't even really know what that word is. It's just a mathematical point in vector space, thousand-dimensional vector space. Blah, 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 blah. They are technically correct. That's what these tools are. They're calculators. They're probability engines. But because they've been trained on the output of human beings, they are a reflection of us, or whoever the us is that put shit on the internet for the past 4 decades. And so the weirdos, the people right now that internalize these tools and start to... I think it's one of the things that makes these tools so compelling. When you have your Kevin McAllister moment, this moment, it's usually because, for me, there is some skill that I didn't get to in my life, right? You know how in your life you're like, hey, someday I'm going to teach myself Python. That'll be swell. And then a decade goes by and you still haven't learned it. Those things, like the 40 of them in your life. What these tools do is all of a sudden put you in touch with the fact that, oh, by the way, hey, let me break it to you. You've got that skill now. Wait, what? Oh, I always wanted to. You mean I could write an application now? Yeah, you could do that now. Oh, shit. Well, what do I do with it? Lunashtick in here has I gotta see the filing system, but she's got some sort of filing system with index cards on it where she takes all of her wacky ideas, she writes them on index cards, and when GPTs came out, she went to her fucking index cards, and she's made more than 50 GPTs of ideas that she's had over the years that she never quite got to or couldn't get to in a particular way. And now they're like instantly accessible to her. It's profoundly moving. If you take the time to understand what's really going on here. So if you're doing that right now, you're a fucking weirdo. McKinsey just did a report at the beginning of the year. 87% of people in America had not used ChatGPT or were not using ChatGPT. At the end of the year, like a month ago, 82% were not using ChatGPT. We are still in a significant minority of human beings on the planet that even know what this shit is. If you're using ChatGPT, if you're 2 days into using ChatGPT, you're ahead of 82% of other people on the planet. Or at least in America. I think that study was America. But like assume that statistic is decently global. We're so early. So who are the people that use technology early? They're the fucking weirdos. So you're a weirdo. You're an irregular. This is our time. If all you do for the next 18 months is slightly pay attention to what's going on with this and occasionally dick around with it, the opportunity for you is massive. And it's way beyond...
You can make money with ChatGPT.
People are going to stumble into starting billion-dollar businesses. I have this weird sneaking suspicion that the thing I just built for my company for Storyvine is going to completely transform it. I'm 11 and a half years into a company, and I am frustrated as fuck as how slow it's grown. I can't believe it's been 11 and a half years. And we're not farther along than we are. Or I haven't sold it or whatever. And I have a feeling I just stumbled into, and I didn't stumble into it, like I did it intentionally, but it feels like stumbling into it, that I have now added a capability to the core idea I had that is actually what Storyvine needed to be all along. I was basically a decade early. That was my problem. And it's more like 18 years early. I started a company in 2006 that was the precursor to Storyvine. And so I think the technology is now ready to support the idea I had in 2006. Which is a little maddening, but holy shit, here we are. So like, embrace that feeling of if you're like the person in your life who is like the only one talking about this, and you're like, is this weird? Am I wrong? No, you're just early. And join the AI Salon, right? That's what this group is about. Is hanging out with people that are up to the same shit. Fucking crazy. Here, let me show you something. So this is so I've talked about my company. So we make this authentic video storytelling, right? So this new tool that I've built is kind of the culmination of me thinking about this shit for a year. And so let me see. What's this? No. Yeah, that's good. Okay. So this is a story of It's called Tough as a Mother is the campaign. And so this is a group of women in recovery talking about their stories, super intense stories. How they capture their content is we created a Storyvine template that walks one of these women, either, you know, someone in recovery or someone that supports women in recovery, to tell their story. So they download the Storyvine app, they answer some questions in it. And so now I can take any one of those videos, or any video, frankly, and I can dump it into this thing we've created. And we can watch my pathetic Xfinity upload speeds, because these videos aren't that big. That's actually not that bad. That was pretty good. Okay, so this video starts playing. And then over here, something's happening.
I'm from Hard Beauty in Colorado Springs, Colorado, and I'm a mom in recovery. The moment I knew I needed help was the moment I was resting my head on a toilet at work.
Right, so super intense stories, but notice what just happened. So I upload the video. Here's the transcript of what she said with time code. Okay, so it automatically transcribes it. And now it's doing this other thing down here. There's something else going on. And then notice this just changed. Well, what is it? This is now the title of the video, a description of the video. So Tiffany's journey to recovery. Let me make this a little bigger so I can read it with my old damn eyes. This video features Tiffany, who shares a personal story of recovery from a critical turning point in her life, facing severe health challenges and da-da-da-da-da-da. So it tells the story. Then it pulls out the key messages of the video. Then so what it was doing in the bottom section was chapterizing the video. So it's breaking the video into narrative chunks, which I can then download those individual chunks, or I can jump to that point in the video.
The night that I was laying on that toilet, I knew.
Right? Absolutely incredible. Like, boom, instant. And then, oh, but wait, there's more. I can flip over to the content generation tab, and I've got predefined pieces of content here that I can generate for this story. So one's a blog post, one's Twitter post, one's hashtags, and one's pull quotes. And so all of a sudden, my company goes from being able to, if someone shares their story in video, you've got a video, and then you got to do something with that video, to being able to create a whole authentic narrative world around that story that I can communicate to different audiences and different, and then I can take this video and translate it into 27 different languages. So if I'm a global organization, I could take a video of the CEO or some VP giving some inspirational message, and they can now deliver that message in language in all the different markets. This is transformative. Like, this is, I don't know. I mean, I'm biased because I just built this thing. Like, I've only had this thing in my hands for about 3 weeks. This is melting my face. Let me go look here. Let me see what's done. There's the hashtags. Recovery journey, sobriety, transformation, resilience. So it's like it generated a 30 hashtag cloud out of her story. All these other things are still generating. We'll wait for the blog post, because the blog posts that it writes are fucking insanely good. I'm an author and this would kick Heine. Yeah, exactly. You can also upload audio. You could do an audio recording of your book, upload it into this, and generate all sorts of content out of it, right? Be proud, sir. Be proud. Thank you. I'm a little wigged. So there's my blog post. Like, it writes like a nice 300 or 400 word blog post. Here's the Twitter. Here's the tweets. It quotes her, "The biggest change in my recovery has been me. Discover Tiffany's journey of transformation and the choices that reshaped her life. Example URL here, hashtags." That's a good tweet. Bang, done. Blog post. Testament to transformation and strength. In the heart of Colorado Springs, Colorado, there's a beacon of hope named Tiffany. Tiffany's story isn't just one of personal struggle and recovery. It's a powerful narrative that underscores the resilience of the human spirit. As the founder of Hard Beauty and a mother, her journey has been from the brink of despair to a life of service and gratitude, nothing short of inspiring. Quote, "The moment I knew I needed help was the moment I was resting my head on the toilet at work," Tiffany recalls. Right? So, like, this is a well-written fucking piece. Now, part of that's, prompting and thinking about this for a long time. Is this Zapier integration on the back end? No. This is a system that we built, because this has got to be scalable and things like that. But it's absolutely, so all of the work I did in the Zapier content engine things that I built over the year are how I know how to do this, right? So again, back to that idea of play. How I was able to build this is I was dicking around with AI for 6 months, feeling like I was cheating on my company. I could not figure out how to connect the two without throwing out the baby with the bathwater. The presentation that I just showed with the translation stuff, all this stuff, this is like days old. Like, this just came together as a product. We've been working on this product for a while, but it's now coming together to the point that this is a fucking powerful, usable tool right now today, even though it's in kind of, proof of concept stage or prototype stage. So I don't know. You're not weird, you're irregular. You're right where you should be. If you're like, "Oh, but I could never do that." No. Everybody's going to figure out something that they do, that they're passionate about, that they can now express themselves in a way they couldn't have imagined would be possible within the next 18 months. And if you think you're too far behind, you're not. Like, we've barely gotten started. Barely. We had an Irregulars. So the Irregulars are the people that show up here regularly. We had a little Christmas get together yesterday, the day before. And it was just like everyone's just astounded, like, what is possible. What they are doing right now is not resembling anything that was in their expectation roadmap. And a lot of us are of an age where you're like, well, I guess I made the choices I made, and kind of here's where I am, and this is what I'm good at, and this is what I'm not good at. And then 2023 comes along and goes, "Hey, asshole, you're good at more shit now. Now what are you going to do? You just going to sit around and wait for this thing to end, or are you going to go have some fun?" And we're like, fuck it, I guess I'm an artist now. Guess I'm off, figuring out how to do some shit. Love the live, gets me hyped. Me too. Like, that's why I do these, because it's not always so soapboxy as tonight, but I don't know. I'm feeling it's the holidays, it's the end of the year. I'm now, thank you for showing us that. Yeah, you're welcome. A month ago, I had trouble with my GPT remembering my biz name. Now it's helping me write a business plan. Oh, and a funnel page in like an afternoon. Yeah, Thankful Jones, exactly. And like, that's the thing. So a month ago, you're trying to get this thing to work, and it's like, this thing's not working. This is a piece of shit. A month later, you're like, yeah, it's kind of doing everything now. Now what do you do? I was talking about that thing I just demoed for you, the thing where you upload the video and it does all the magic shit. We call it AI to magic. Our catchphrase for Storyvine 1.0 is auto magic, and then AI to magic. How do you get this tool? It's right now. It's in closed alpha. Like it's brand new right now. We don't know. We don't know how we're going to price it. we don't actually know what the market is for it yet. Right now, we're trying to figure it out. But if you DM me, I'm happy to talk about it. This is a B2B tool for right now, so it's gonna be pricey because we do a lot of work in pharma. So that it can generate content is great, but it's got to generate content that can get through regulatory approval. So there's a whole version of this that doesn't even exist yet. Like, this is just the flashy front end. But I'm happy to chat if anyone's interested in chatting about it. But it's just, you go from sort of having a Kevin McAllister moment. This AI stuff's amazing. What do I do? And then that could be the moment, but there's usually a moment that follows the Kevin McAllister moment, which is the existential crisis moment. Which is like, the Kevin McAllister moment is like, oh my God, that's so cool. I didn't know it could write songs. And then the next one is, but certainly it can't do what I do. I'm a project manager and it couldn't come up with a project plan. Please come up with a project plan. Oh my God, it did it. That's the existential crisis moment. And then you can't go back from it. Once you realize that even if it can't do your job today, it's mighty fucking close. Like, my experience with almost all AI right now, however, tonight, Chatty can't read research paper uploaded as a PDF. Claude has no problem. Chatty should be able to do that, but they're changing these things all the time. So, I uploaded and had ChatGPT read a PDF. Yeah, it should be able to do that. You might have hit a glitch where they were updating something. Like, I've done it before where it's like Dolly won't make an image and then, an hour later it does. So it's just all this stuff's being updated while we play with it. So, but you go through that moment where you kind of get that this stuff's really close to what you do. And I think the initial emotional response was, I'm fucked. Oh, fuck. I'm fucked. And for me, it wasn't just what I did personally, but it's like what my business of 11 and a half years does. It just does. I'm like, oh, shit. Fuck. Oh, fuck. If you stick with it, if you don't panic and run away from that moment, what was revealed to me, what gets revealed to you is these tools don't just make you good at what you're already good at. They allow you to level up at stuff you're not good at. So maybe you were super good at marketing, but you were super crappy at data analysis. Well, now you're good at data analysis too. And now you're a fucking killer, right? Maybe you were awesome at data analysis, but you couldn't write a line of copy to save your life. Well, now you can. Oh shit, watch out. Tommy's in town. Any good sites to analyze academic journal articles? ChatGPT. You could go to, so there are plugins for ChatGPT. It has to be ChatGPT 4 because it's connected to the internet. There are plugins for ChatGPT that specifically go look at academic journal sites. And then you could just use one of those plugins and say, find me academic papers on this subject, and it goes and finds them. Or you upload a PDF like the person said it wasn't doing good right now. You can also do that on Claude. You can also, no, you can't do that on Copilot. I would say right now it's probably, I would think Perplexity could probably do that, but I don't know it well enough. But you can upload it to Claude. You can upload it. For me right now, ChatGPT 4 is everything. Perplexity is good for academic research. Yeah, I figured. So yeah, probably Perplexity, ChatGPT 4 are probably the two I'd recommend for that kind of stuff. You don't need specialized tools. If you want to, thank you very much. I appreciate that. if you want to find specialized tools, you can go to a site like Futurpedia.io. I would be surprised if there weren't people launched websites specifically to do academic journal research kind of shit. But I think it is in your interest to learn how to do that yourself with ChatGPT. Learn how to prompt it. Write the prompts yourself. Like, figure out what it can do so that it's doing exactly what you want it to do, not what some product manager at an academic journal website thinks you might need to do. Isn't that one of the maddening frustrations about software in general? Is that you've got a job to do. And then you go to the site that says, we do that thing for you. And you're like, awesome. I don't have to figure that shit out. And then you go to that site and you're like, it's almost what I want to do, but it's not quite what I want to do. How do I do this last 20% the way I want to do it? And they're like, fuck you. We don't do it like that. And you're like, shit, I just wasted 4 hours of my life. I hate you. I hate my life. I'm going for a drive. Well, what if you spent that 4 hours on ChatGPT and you make yourself a kick-ass GPT standalone custom application that does exactly what you fucking need it to do? And you knock that out in 4 hours, and now you never have to do that again. Have a 24-hour GPT marathon and vote on the best GPT. That's actually a great idea, Drew Learning AI. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll do that between Christmas and New Year's, is do some sort of like 24-hour, like it's not going to be as intense as my 24-hour ChatGPT-a-thon, but maybe what we'll do is I'll plan some specific check-in times over a 24-hour period, and then just every time, whenever I log in, we'll do a combination. Oh, this would be cool. We'll do a combination of, we'll show people how to build GPTs, then we'll go look at the GPTs that were built. So we've got plenty of them on the AI Salon right now that we could start with. Oh, Illicit for research. So Vicky knows her shit. So look up Illicit AI for research. Kelly Esquire, preach! Hallelujah, brother. Hallelujah. Exactly. Well, I mean, I am preaching. I mean, so I met Kelly at our Irregulars Christmas party, and Kelly's just this cool dude. He's not technical. And she was like, "Hey, I'm not technical," but I'm using ChatGPT to look at my spreadsheets, and it's like doing all this data analysis for me, and I don't know how it works, but it seems to be cool. It's like he's in this amazing place where he's like, he is accomplishing things technically that I assume he knew were possible by, like, someone could do some of that shit somewhere in some business, and now he's doing it in his business, like overnight. And he's like, I don't know how it does what it does, but it does it. And it's awesome. I mean, fuck. That's the world we're living in right now. But you can't get the spoils without going on the adventure, right? It's why I made Kelly was Mr. 20,000 likes tonight. Rock on, Kelly. That's awesome. Like, why that image? You know, well, that seems kind of geeky. What are you, some sort of D&D nerds? No, we're choosing to be on an adventure together. Because nobody knows what's on the other side of that chasm. Everybody in the group knows that getting to the other side of that chasm is going to fucking suck. And we're going to meet dragons, and we're going to meet snakes, and we're going to meet some asshole with a sword. We're going to have to deal with it. And yeah, sure, the metaphor is geeky, but who gives a shit? Why not have some fun? But nobody right now, 0 people on the planet, 0, know what they're talking about with generative AI. Because I would argue it's a year old. Machine learning and AI are decades old. But November 30th, 2022, the launch of ChatGPT is the seminal moment that opens Pandora's box to the rest of us. We don't have to be mathematicians. Kelly, who doesn't know how this shit works and doesn't care how this shit works, he just needs to get dynamic pricing generated for his business. Oh shit, all of a sudden he's got a tool that does dynamic pricing based on some spreadsheets he uploads to this thing. Boom. How did he get to that? I don't know. He went through some trials and tribulations and probably felt like, I don't know what I'm doing. This is stupid. I hate all this. The computers suck. Oh shit, it just did it. That's why you go on this adventure. Kelly Esquire is Kelly, not Joker. I know, it's so true. It's so funny. So Joker and Kelly are both Southern dudes with attitude and comedy. And so Kelly showed up, and I don't know Joker's first name, so I assumed Kelly was Joker. And so I was talking about all these inside jokes I have with Joker, but it was Kelly. So, but yeah, it's amazing. There has to be people at least 6 months ahead. I know for a fact. Well, so Krister Martinez, sure. I would argue that I'm a year ahead. And there are probably other people like Paul Reitzer started the Marketing AI Institute in like 2018. He's 5 years ahead. There's people that are ahead, but here's why you're not as far behind as you think. Someone may have a 6-month advance on you, but is more expert than you. It's just that they've learned more.
Hope you're well.
All right, so a little janky, a little uncanny valley. And then I can add a new variable. So I'm going to add the variable. Kid or pet. Next step. Okay, so now I got to enter the value. So Ryan is going to work at Nike, and Sally is going to work at Starbucks, and Emma is going to work at the Children's Foundation. And then, let's see, Ryan I'm going to say that cute little newborn. And Sally, I'm going to say your cat wizard. This is going to make sense in a second. And if you see where this is going, this is where this is going. Not you cat, your cat. And then Emma, who works at the Children's Foundation, I'm going to say your partner, Jesse. Okay, next step. All right, so I now have 3 records where I've got their first name, where they work, and obviously their email. Right now it's just my email. And then I have kid or pet, so I can personalize a message. And so now I go to the next step. So now it says to record this. All right. Apple tried to take over. All right, so let me record a 15-second video. All right. Time to go. How do I stop this? Hello. Here, I want to get it so you can see it. Okay. All right, you got that there. Okay, so let me get this here. All right, so I'm going to record a 16-second video. Why did that go dim? Stop doing that. Okay, you can still see that. Okay. Hey, Sally, it's Kyle Shannon from Storyvine. I hope you're well. Do you still work at Nike? And I was also just thinking, how's your significant other, Jesse? Anyway, I was just thinking about you. Would love to catch up. Let me know if you got any time to talk in the next week or two. Okay. Hey, Sally, it's Kyle Shannon from Storyvine. I hope you're well. Do you still work at Nike? And I was also just thinking, how's your significant other, Jesse? Anyway, I was just thinking about you. Would love to catch up. Let me know if you got any time to talk in the next week or two. Great. So I tell it I'm speaking English. I go next step. And then watch what this does. This is cuckoo. This is cuckoo. Which tool is this? This tool is HeyGen. It's a new thing called personal video. And I don't think it's widely available yet. If you attended a seminar where they announced this today, they gave you access to it. So I've got early access because I'm a geek. And I showed up at their stupid fucking webinar, which their webinars are painful. They're painfully awkward, but they're fine. Like, the technology is really interesting. Great for lonely dating videos. Hey, your name here. Remember that time I let you borrow my eraser in high school? Exactly. Now look what this did. So let me make my screen bigger. Okay, so here's the video I recorded. Here's the transcript of what I recorded, and then here's the 3 variables, okay, that I placed. So, hey, Sally, it's Kyle from Storyvine. So that was what I recorded, hey, Sally. So now I'm going to click the first name variable. So, hey, first name, it's Kyle from Storyvine. I hope you're well. If you've ever done a mail merge, this is mail merge for personalized video. Thanks for your tips 2 weeks ago. I totally got my car GPT-4 integrated. Awesome, man. That's super cool. So Tick 10 trend treasures. Oh, okay. 4 out of 10 on the name. You can't say your name. But if you haven't joined the salon, join the salon. I'd love to hear your story. Okay. Hey, first name, it's Kyle Shannon from Storyvine. I hope you're well. Do you still work at company? Also, I was just thinking, how's your significant other, Jesse? Kid or pet? Anyway, I was just thinking about you. Would love to catch up. Next step. And then you can edit, you can customize the email and put your logo on it. You can customize a landing page where they go watch this video. Maverick.ai has this for email. It works. Hair Growth Geek. Very cool. So I submit it. And so what they're doing here, their credit per video, they're charging. So it's basically, is it $1 a minute that they charge? I think their service is $1 a minute for video, but because you're going to be sending out a lot of these, they're doing the pricing as 0.1 credit per variable, per video. So because I had 3 credits in this video, it's going to be 30 cents for each video. And so it's going to take 0.9 credit. I'm doing 3 videos because I had 3 lines in my data file. And then I submit this. Your project is launched. View details. And so now it's gonna go make those videos, and then I can send those emails. So anyway, so we can come back to this. But you could do that for 100 videos. So this, I mean, the video what I was a little disappointed about in what I just saw is it didn't retain. What I would like it to do is retain me actually talking for most of the video and then just swap out the variables with me talking, but it's basically synthesizing the whole thing. So I understand why they're doing it that way, but that's why it seems a little stilted and awkward. But this is still the kind of thing where, you know, yeah, this is pretty slick, Kyle. Totally the future of sales. Yeah, exactly. But again, I mean, yeah. I have to keep separating myself from where it is right now versus where it's going to be 6 months from now. Because right now, I would say, if I got one of these emails, well, if I didn't know me, I might not know that I don't talk that way. But it's still a little uncanny valley right now. But I just, within a year, this is not going to be uncanny valley. This is going to be, and it will be so much easier to do this, right? Like where we are right now is, like, I have to define all this shit and I have to a year from now, I'll be able to just go, oh, hey, I need to record a video and send it to, this emailing list. And it's like, sure, Kyle, go ahead and start talking whenever you want. Okay, great. And I say, hey, Sally, here's the blah, blah, blah. I say whatever I say. And then it just automatically says, okay, which words are there in the variables? Obviously, the first name is a variable, and maybe the company they work for, and their partner or kid. Anything else, Kyle? No, that's good. And it'll just go off and do all this shit for me, right? We're moving into a world where these capabilities, we won't have to do nearly as much configuring of technology because the AI will just do that. These AI autonomous agents will do that. Basically, they will do things on your behalf. So, anyway. All right, so that's preparing 1, processing 2. Crazy. So we'll come back to that before I log off here. It's getting to be late and tired time. I noticed that my eyes are a little sleepy because it's possible I got the vid, but I don't know yet. But the headache I had 3 days ago was weird. 2 days ago. 165 viewers now, 138. Wow, that's crazy. Nice. Good night, everyone. Good night, Forever Hooked. See you tomorrow. Feel better. Okay, we have 25,000 likes. So let's try to hit 30,000 likes before HeyGen processes those videos. Let's see, what's it doing? Oh, 2 of them are 64% processed. All right, I'll just leave that screen up so I can see it. Digital Gods, thank you so much. I'm sorry, Lord Digital Gods. Thank you very kindly, sir. I very much appreciate the ruses. You've contributed to the cause of the AI Learning Lab. Fantastic. Sorry, go on. What are my qualifications? Well, sir, as you well know, I have none. Carry on. Good day, Lord Digital God. Very nice. Very fantastic. All right. I like it, Apple user. It's a good goal. Get that carpal tunnel going. You know why we do this on TikTok? It's an homage to the early days of the World Wide Web. Because before the World Wide Web, you had to type in your web internet addresses to go anywhere. And you had to know things like IP addresses. And you're like, why is the internet so janky? And then Tim Berners-Lee made it like this. What if you just clicked on it? Could you handle this? Click. So now we're tapping on TikTok. It's an homage to Tim Berners-Lee. And the fact that we have the infrastructure now to be able to deliver magical AI to everyone. All right, 2 of our videos are done. This is very exciting. Holy shit! We just went from 25,000 to 33,000 like that. Y'all are remarkable. I'm sorry. Hyperlink, hyper ADD. Well, welcome to Chat ADD. Where the neurospices meet. The AI Learning Lab, where the neurospices meet. All right, let's go watch our videos. So what was it? We did Sally first, but we'll do Emma.
Hey, Emma, it's Kyle Shannon from Storyvine. I hope you're well. Do you still work at the Children's Foundation? And I was also just thinking, how's your partner, Jesse? Anyway, I was just thinking about you. Would love to catch up. Let me know if you've got any time to talk in the next week or two.
Little weird on the inflection, but still pretty remarkable.
Hey, Sally, it's Kyle Shannon from Storyvine. I hope you're well. Do you still work at Starbucks? And I was also just thinking, how's your cat wizard?
How's your cat wizard?
Anyway, I was just thinking about you. Would love to catch up. Let me know if you've got any time to talk in the next week or two.
Yeah, I think this would probably, if you're doing a formal outreach, because I'm doing these in a very conversational, like I knew them. If you were doing this in like you don't know me, but if you were doing a bit more formal, I don't think it would feel as stilted.
Hey, Ryan, it's Kyle Shannon from Storyvine. I hope you're well. Do you still work at Nike? And I was also just thinking, how's that cute little newborn? Anyway, I was just thinking about you.
You got to get your phrases right.
Let me know if you've got any time to talk in the next week or two.
Wow, and I wonder if I can I go in and edit? How's your... Let's see, can I edit this? Email not open, landing page not visited. Doesn't look like I can edit them. That seems like a feature they need to add. Oh, wait. Edit email, edit landing page. No, I need to edit the script for each of the... Input audience manually, download CSV. Yeah, I guess you just re-upload a CSV if you had to change things. But you'd figure this out. If you did 2 or 3 tests, not 2 or 3. If you did 10 test runs of this, you could get it to the point where you could record the video in a way in a relatively monotone way as the recording, so it doesn't feel weird and stilted when it synthesizes you, and then you'd get pretty good at knowing what your variables were. Pretty cool. Apple user, we're going for 50,000 likes. Holy shit, we're up to 43,000 likes. Okay, well, knowing how fast we got here, we'll get to 50,000 really quick. So let me wind things up here, and we'll close things down on the 50,000 mark. Do me a favor, if you like this channel, if you've enjoyed this insanity tonight, I know it was a lot of philosophical meanderings. I hope you enjoyed that. We also showed some cool shit. Hopefully we got you started on playing with these tools and understanding why it's important to play with these tools and how playing with these tools doesn't make you a weirdo and isn't a waste of your time. It's actually a significant investment in your future. And I think it actually makes sense to go back to Cindy Coons, where we started the evening. So Cindy Coon, who's one of the Irregulars, works at the Applied Futures Lab, and she just did this post where she said, hang on, how do I, oh, here we go. She said, "Hey friends, I wanted to share the global trends for 2024 are out for every industry, and I'm making my way through them. There are hundreds of these reports." Oh, Cindy Coon, if you're still here. Oh, 50,000. Woohoo! You guys rock. Sorry about the carpal tunnel, but you can rest over the holidays. Cindy Coon, by the way, if you're still here, I know that you're reading all these reports with ChatGPT. Do not tell me that you're actually reading these reports. Do not lie to us like that. We need to know. Transparency is a gift, Cindy. We know how you're reading these reports. Sure, you're capable of reading them with your own brain, but why do that? Okay, so global trends are out for every industry, and I'm making my way through them. There are hundreds of these reports. Oh, thank you, Andrea. I love that whatever those things are called. That one's a cool one. I love that one. A funny standout that I thought this group would enjoy is how many reports are using language like, in quotes, "the misfits lead the way to a creative future." Lots of nods to misfits dominating. It's our time. The rise of the weirdos. So naturally, I had to make an image for it. And so her image is Rise of the Weirdos. It's so awesome. It's so good. So we're gonna leave that up as the end. We're now at 54,000 likes. Do me a favor. Please follow my channel. If you want to support it, you can buy. There's in one of these corners is a video series I did. If you're trying to get your head around AI and why it's significant and why it's not just hyped, like it's just not overhyped, that series is called Underhyped for a reason. Because I think this shit's actually underhyped. And the weirdos are going to take over. And that's from a futurist, right? Who's been studying this shit for years. What's the holiday schedule for AI Learning Lab? I will likely be doing these most days, and I think I'm going to do at least an hour on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day as an opportunity for you to have an excuse to excuse yourself from the family. Just tell them you gotta go call Aunt Edna. and we'll hang out for an hour. So I'll do whatever you call it. I'll do reminder videos. I don't know what time I'll do these things. It probably won't be at our normal times, but and then I think we will do something between Christmas and New Year's. I think the idea of doing a GPT-a-thon, what I might do is I might coordinate with Ann Murphy, she's doing a weekend GPT group that gets together and builds GPTs and talks about it. So I don't know if you're in here, Ann, but you can join her weekend GPT group. If you join the AI Salon, which is this URL, well, this URL will get you there. Go to the salon.ai, go there, and the first link links you to the Mighty Networks community, and join the community. And then within there, below the guilds, you'll see clubs, and one of the clubs is the Weekend GPT Jam or something like that. That's Ann Murphy's group. So I think what I might do is I might coordinate with her, and yeah, we'll do a 24-hour GPT-a-thon. And what I'll work out with Ann, so Luna Shtick in here and a couple of other people, Sherry D and some others, are putting their GPTs on. There's a directory site out there. I've been avoiding those directory sites just because the GPT store is coming. But what might be fun is to create a directory of the GPT-a-thon GPTs. So the stuff we create in 24 hours, we'll put them all in one place. So I'll coordinate that with Ann Murphy. I think that might be fun to do. 60,000 likes. You guys are fucking awesome. This community is so much fucking fun. You are weirdos. I mean, I know you declare yourself irregulars as a way to make yourself feel better that you're not really weird. Hate to break it to you. All right, Emilio's wife leading the charge. Emilio's wife is actually the one that came up with the term irregulars. I think she was the one that said, "We're not weird, we're irregular." It reminds me of one of my favorite. If you remember the show from the 80s, Taxi. One of my favorite episodes. There was an episode where Louis, the Danny DeVito's character. Taxi was wild because it was hilariously funny, and then there were other episodes that fucking made you cry. There was an episode where he talked about, because he's so short, he has to buy his clothes in boys' departments, and he has to buy husky boys' clothes to fit him. And there's something about the word irregulars that it reminds me of that episode. It was an amazing episode. Like, it stuck with me for all these years. because it was like such an authentic moment, right? It was like this moment where you saw through, like you got in that moment why he was who he was in that show. The writing in that show was just, and the casting in that show, fuck. Likes will get AI Learning Lab on the FYP and will be viral. That would be nice. We've been kind of slugging it out here. What's been nice is like we've just sort of consistently risen. It would be between, I don't know, 15 and 30 people a night when we do this, and then it kind of went into the 50 range. For the past couple of weeks, it sort of starts out high and then it kind of dips to 60, and then by the end we've been sort of ramping up to the like 125, 150 people mark, which is cool. But it would be nice if this were a bigger audience. So please follow my channel, share it, do anything you can do to support it. Join the AI Salon. All right, let's wind this thing down. You guys are really awesome. Really good chatting with everybody. Thank you to the mods. Thank you for sort of pulling up for me to talk. I know when on these nights where I'm particularly rambly, it's got to be impossible to mod because I'm ignoring the screen basically because I know it's handled. So thank you for what you do. Thanks to my subscribers. It makes a huge difference. Thank you to the Irregulars, people just who show up here and engage. That's more important than anything. Thanks to everyone who's hanging out on the salon and contributing to that, because it's what I can tell you definitively. You are making a difference in people's lives every fucking day because of your generosity and how you're sharing what you're learning. So thank you all. I don't know why I'm being so weirdly sentimental. I think it's like end of year. Like I'm doing a lot of thinking about like, what have I learned in the last year? What have I done? What are we doing? What is this channel? What is the salon? And it's like, it's all kind of coming together as a, I don't know. It's important. Like it's important. It feels important. It doesn't feel like a janky TikTok channel anymore. It feels like a community because it is. So thank you all for that. So with that, let's do our thing. Stacy, good to see you. Thankful Jones, thank you. Firefly, be not afraid. Great to see you. Emilio's wife. It's the vid, Kyle. I don't know what that means. But I love you, man. Thankful Jones, thank you very much. Love you back. Debbie, good to see you. Tyrant Truth, thank you. JRC, Joseph Baker. We got a bunch of folks in here tonight. Apple user, Otto. This is so cool. Let's see. Circle Project Ente. Kyle, your haircut looks good. Well, thank you very much. It is, the glue has held. Wait, 70,000. You guys are insane. you can slow the roll on the likes now. Be not afraid. Thank you so much. All right, everybody. Really good to see you. It's the vid that's making you all sentimental, Kyle. Oh, yeah, exactly. That vid. I thought you meant video. I was talking about video all night. The vid is making me sentimental. It very well may be. Ted Looks at Life, thank you so much. Great to see you. Prompts Chat, Barbara60. Ann Murphy, you are in here. Great. Ann, so let's you and I coordinate. We're going to do a 24-hour GPT-a-thon between Christmas and New Year's. What's that going to look like? Am I an irregular? Mr. IT, if you show up here regularly, you're an irregular. So just fucking show up, and the answer is yes. If you're asking, it probably means you've been here enough to qualify. So just show up. If you join the Mighty Networks and you show up here a lot, let me know, and I'll make you part of the Irregulars channel. We have a little club for the Irregulars. Irregular want to be here. The qualification is show up. Like life. Being an irregular, the concept is simple. The reality is hard, right? All you have to do is show up, and you're an irregular. Who shows up? Fucking weirdos. Why? Oh my God, I'm so excited. Let's do it. 27th or 28th or 29th. I don't care. Ann, yeah, let's do it. So Ann, what I want to do is, oh shit, Mr. IT's like, oh, I'm an irregular. Ann Murphy, yeah, let's figure it out. We'll figure out where to house these things as well. I feel like there's something really fun we can do here, and maybe we do a theme thing. Let's just, you and I will talk and we'll figure it out. We'll do something cool. Ann Murphy's does a lot of nonprofit fundraising stuff and works with a lot of nonprofits and NGOs. And one of the things that I think could be really powerful is we spend 24 hours making GPTs. Like maybe we each pick a nonprofit of our choice and do something for them, right? Give them something powerful that can help them raise money or deliver their programs or serve their people or whatever it is. So I think there's something that we can do there that could make a big difference. All right. Peace out, everybody. I just feel like I was all over the place. I have no idea what I said tonight. So thank God these things are being recorded, huh? And somewhere these things live on YouTube. So if you go to YouTube to the AI Learning Lab -TT, as in -TikTok, that's our, be not afraid, 75,000 likes. Thanks for counting this up as I can't say goodbye because there's so much activity here. Oh my God. I'm so late. I'm early. Yeah, there you go. All right, everybody. Great talking to you tonight. Hope you had fun. Peace out. We'll talk soon.